Hello, friend. Jim here with JB's Big Adventure coming to you from Lake Chapala, Mexico. And I've got a great video for you right now that I want to share with you. But before I get to that, if you haven't already, I'd like to encourage you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's a great community, and I know you want to be a part of it. It's fast, free, and easy to do. Just go to the bottom right-hand corner. There's a little red box, tap on it, and you're subscribed. Also, give us one of those thumbs up. Lets other people know it's a great video to watch about retiring to Lake Chapala. Okay, well, here's the good news. This video is all about coming and taking a look at Lake Chapala so you get a really good feel about it. Your boots on the ground, and you're really going to know more of the truths and literally the magic of Lake Chapala. Now, if you were not looking at coming to Lake Chapala and checking it out and such, this video is not for you. So I want to let you know that up front. Also, if you're looking for pertinent, important, and vital information, this video is for you. If you are excited about taking a trip and coming to Lake Chapala to check it out, this video is for you. So I'm really excited about bringing this to you. It has been 2 months in the making, putting it together, scripting it, making sure I had the right slides. That way I can literally give you the correct information, the vital information that you need about retiring here to Lake Chapala. So let's go ahead and get to the video. So to get started here, what I really wanted to share with you is I'm a YouTube influencer, the #1 YouTube influencer here at Lake Chapala, and a tour expert. And what I offer expats, retirees, is a complete and ultimate fun experience as we together explore the magic of Lake Chapala, Mexico. Now, I just want to bring your attention to something. They told us about Lake Chapala, and then they actually died of COVID, which just literally put me down. It was December of the same year, 2021, that we actually moved here. And I promise you, you watch this video, your life will be never the same. You're going to receive accurate and pertinent info, and there's no BS with it. Not candy coating anything. It's going to be straight up what the honest truth is. You'll be glad that you didn't turn this video off. If you knew what I knew, you'd be here in 2 weeks and not want to leave either, just like a lot of other people have actually not wanted to leave. And Lake Chapala is not only a game changer, I will tell you, it's a lifestyle transformation. So what I want to do is just share with you a little bit about our story when we moved to Mexico. So I had told Barbara for a long time that I would not move to Mexico. I had no interest. I'm a flag-flying, proud American. But a friend of mine called and said that he'd been looking at a place to retire at called Ajijic at Lake Chapala. And I said, what? What was that? So I had to get used to saying it just like everyone else does. So he sent me a video for us to watch, and I watched it many times along with other 2 YouTube videos. And then in April of 2021, we actually made the decision to come and check it out for 8 days. We didn't have really any money, and we actually had to stay with some folks from the church. They were in their 80s, so they weren't really tour guides, and we didn't really accomplish anything except we felt we could actually live here on less versus being in the States. So we made a decision on the plane on our ride back that we were going to move to Mexico. So we're from Albuquerque, New Mexico. We got back, made the decision to sell everything. We sold everything in a weekend, in fact. Everything from our car to one of the cars to our sleep number bed, clothes, books, kitchen stuff, and a whole lot of things. So what we did was we packed everything up that was really important to us that we actually kept in a 4x9 single axle U-Haul trailer. Now, this was May the 27th of 2021. We started our journey then. Day 1, we drove 6 hours from Albuquerque to Pecos, Texas. We spent the night. Got up, and then on the second day, we drove another 6 hours to Laredo, Texas. Now, we didn't realize really how much of a disaster we were we were going to be going through, and a bad experience. So we unloaded the trailer, put our things into his trailer, onto his trailer, and he had a flatbed. Now, he said there wouldn't be a problem. He had double tarp everything, and our items would be safe. Well, on the way down, it poured rain. It was an incredible rainstorm. At that time, didn't know how much of our most important things to us would actually be ruined and ultimately lose to water damage. So day 3, we drove 6 hours to Chapala, Mexico, which is basically halfway. And then on day 4, we drove another 6 hours to Lake Chapala. Now we arrived in our condo we rented, and it was basically, we did it in advance in San Antonio to Tlayacapan. It was called Birds of Paradise. And so we met this guy the following day, and we met him at the storage, and we were charged $1,350 for him to do what we did. And I will tell you, if you really want to see the rest of the story, you can actually go and watch it. It's a 2-part video, and it really explains what, in fact, we experienced and how bad of a trip it really was. So when, in fact, we're unloading things at the storage unit, we just could not believe it. So we literally unloaded it, and a lot of our items had gotten wet. Probably close to half of the items that were the most important to us that we brought down got totally water damaged, including my library. And my library was really an important thing to me. Before we left Albuquerque, my library was 6 feet tall and 19 feet long, had 37 boxes filled. And it turned out that at that time, we did not know how bad it was going to be, but everything got wet. And a question I asked this guy, because our trip down was absolutely terrible. I mean, he tried to lose us every way he possibly could. It was just really a bad experience. I encourage you to go and watch the video. So what ended up happening was our things were all ruined, and I asked him, "Don't you feel bad about this?" And he said no, that he didn't make it rain. And so we really found out right then what the kind of guy he was. And I want to encourage you, if you're looking at having somebody drive you down, don't give them everything up front. That just isn't worth it. So the next day we went to breakfast, and I can still remember it like it was yesterday. We were absolutely clueless of where do we start. We didn't know anyone. We were supposed to be looking for. I can remember feeling like we were just dropped by a parachute on Lake Chapala. I remember the high anxiety and stress and the fear that I felt. What do we do about a bank? We heard about some of the scams at ATM machines. We needed to meet with somebody for our immigration so we could actually get the second part of our immigration done to finish our temporal. Who do we ask? Where do we go find someone? We were told of an attorney who ended up not being an attorney, but a facilitator. And we had issues even with that experience. So I just wanted to share the experience that we had coming down, just what we experienced on our trip, 4 days down, and then the day following when we finally got here. It was really an experience. And again, I just would encourage you to go watch the 2 videos about how we came down. So let's go ahead and start and get to the rest of the video. So what I really want to share with you here, and that is that when it came to knowledge and experience, we had neither one when we moved here to Lake Chapala. But I knew this. I knew I had to get past the fear of the unknown. I had to get past the anxiety, the stress, the disappointments, and also the frustrations. Now, this was real. It wasn't just something that I'm making up here. This was really what we felt. So basically, I felt like I was going to have to push a domino and knock down the rest of the dominoes. It was really something that I was really feeling at the time. And this is what happened. I really came to the epiphany bridge. I have the heart, I know, to help other people. I now have the knowledge after being here for about 4 to 5 months. And I've also gone through the experiences I needed to go through. And so I knew, like on the other end, again, I had the heart, and I needed to share this because you, someone who's looking at retiring here, needs to know this information. It's really, really important. And I've also gone through the experiences I needed to go through. And so I knew, like on the other end, again, I had the heart, And I needed to share this because you, someone who's looking at retiring here, needs to know this information. It's really, really important. So I just want to let you know here that I genuinely care about your exploration experience here at Lake Chapala. It took us 5 to 6 months before we really started to feel like we saw the bigger picture here. I don't want you to have to wait that long. I don't want you to have to experience the anxiety and the fear and the unknown, and to not make the same mistakes that we made. You get to accelerate your learning curve from our experience together, and it will be fast. And I want to help you achieve fast results. Even though we went through the experience, I want to help you get it even faster than we did. Now, I want to share this with you that over the last 42 years, I have spent professionally helping people get what they want in life. Now, Barbara and I, we've actually lived here now at Lake Chapala for the last 2.5 years. Over the last 2 years, we've become YouTube influencers here at Lake Chapala. So I've produced over 370 videos covering every single aspect and helping expats just like you and providing info for retiring to Lake Chapala. I've spent in excess of 1,000 hours. Now, I went and put this together and really realized it's probably more than 12 or 1,300 hours gathering information on important topics regarding retiring to Lake Chapala. Now, I've met with a lot of people. I've done a lot of interviews. So this isn't just information that I pulled out of a hat. These are actually people that I actually shared with and spoke to and was able to glean information from. Now, our channel has over 3,300 subscribers, which means our #1 video has been viewed over 21,000 times. Now, here's the real important thing. You want to make sure that you've got someone who is dedicated to helping you. So as I mentioned here just earlier, that picture yourself. You're in a plane, you're flying over Mexico, and then you're dropped out of a plane and landing on Lake Chapala by parachute. Here's a real question. What do you do next? Now, I'll share with you, this is how we felt. And you know what? I have found a lot of problems about moving to Lake Chapala, not just Mexico, but about Lake Chapala. And I will tell you, I could read all of these off, but here's one of the biggest ones, and it's down in red. You can come here for a week. You could spend several $1,000s for your trip. You can get home and realize you didn't really accomplish anything. Where do you find good, honest professionals to really be able to help you get answers? That's huge. So this is how we looked for at least our first 4 to 6 months when we actually got here to Lake Chapala. So again, I want to share some other problems with you. So I want you to imagine being dropped by a parachute here. You've got limited understanding of the cultural differences. You're probably experiencing the same fear, stress, and anxiety right now that we did. So where do you start? Where do you get your questions answered? Where do you find an honest, bilingual business professional who can help you with immigration, real estate, the best banks, best ATMs to use? Where are the best neighborhoods? Which are the safest for you to live in? That have reliable utilities, fast internet speeds, close to everything, best rentals. How do you find an honest realtor or rental agent? What about the scams? How do you accomplish everything on your list in a short period of time? Getting acclimated now becomes an insurmountable task. So attention, this has become a big problem. To those who say that they're going to attempt to do this on their own, here's what happens. There are those who have gone ahead and attempted to do this on their own, and in each case, came back saying to me that to do this on their own became an insurmountable task. Just sharing that with you again. That's how big of a deal this is. They said the amount of frustration and disappointment they experienced was nothing but a big waste of time and money, and that they accomplished absolutely nothing. I have actually had a lot of those individuals actually be very apologetic to me. And then there are those who actually have declined my offer and then called me back to see if in fact that they can actually, I can help them before they leave Lake Chapala, which is a matter of days from then. They tell me time after time that they should have taken me up on my offer. Now, I want to share with you one of the most important things is about how you're going to live here. And I want to share with you about the realtor market here. And so here at Lake Chapala, between the town of Jocotepec and Chapala is 20 miles. In that 20 miles, there are over 250 realtors. That is not a joke. I was in real estate in Southern California, and I tell you, I don't know of a place where in 19 miles, 20 miles, with a mile wide, that you could actually find 250 realtors. It's unbelievable. But here's the thing. When you're talking to a realtor, you're feeling or you're thinking and understanding that they've already had training, that they've actually been certification of some sort, or they have some type of experience that they've gone through. But here's the truth. They do not have training. They don't get certified. A lot of them don't have experience because it's not required. And here is really something else that's important. And that is the scams that can take place, both in renting and also in buying. There could be title fraud in where an individual attempts to sell a property that does not exist. That happens both, and it can happen in the States, obviously, too. Or attempts are made to sell a property that does not belong to them. Or rental fraud, and they're trying to rent something to you that does not exist. Or attempt to make you rent a property that does not belong to them either. So what I want to share with you is this. To be a realtor, to become a realtor here at Lake Chapala, all it takes is a business card. You heard me right. All it takes to become a realtor here at Lake Chapala is a business card. Now, I've shared with you all of our experience in the beginning. I shared with you what we felt. And the answer and solution is my Lake Chapala Expat Exploration and Relocation Service. Okay, so there is day 1 and day 2. So there's 2 days that this actually goes for. And I'm going to share with you in detail each one of these days. But what I want you to know most of all, and that is, this is the answer. This is really how you can go through and be able to understand totally what Lake Chapala is all about and know in advance when you get here. And then, in fact, what you're able to know is the things that there's a lot of people that don't know that can hurt them. I don't want that to happen to you. So as we're together, we're going to talk about day 1. First of all, you get me as your personal guide. Now, let me share with you a little bit about me, just so you know who, in fact, that you're getting that's offering this service. You get me as your personal guide. Now, prior to moving to Lake Chapala, there was a time I was a motivational and a business speaker, and speaking fees could be as much as $5,000. I did audiences up to 18,000 people. Now, before we moved here, after that, I was a golf professional. I actually taught golf as a professional. And I had a golf academy in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And believe it or not, my students, for the most part, were seniors. I was teaching individuals that were age 65, 70 and above how to play better golf and how to enjoy it a lot more. So as I mentioned earlier, I've spent 42 years helping people get what they want out of life. Here's something else to share with you, that the value as a YouTube influencer in the perspective of experience and time investment. I've produced over 370 HD videos. That's over 1,600 hours of time investment of shooting the videos, of editing the videos, and also of doing the interviews with business professionals. Now, if you were to take that number and say, well, let's say it's worth $30 an hour or $20 an hour or $10 an hour, that value is over $5,000. And you're getting the #1 YouTube influencer here at Lake Chapala. So let's talk about day 1. So I take you out along the 20 miles along the north shore of Lake Chapala that spans from the towns of Jocotepec and the 23 neighborhoods in between the Chapala. As we tour the neighborhoods, I'm pointing out to you where you can expect the most consistent high-speed internet speeds, where you get more for your money when it comes to renting, where you can expect consistent utilities, electric, water, gas. Which ones can you feel the safest in? Which neighborhoods? Which are within walking distance of everything? And also, if you're interested, I also introduce you to the gated communities. Now, over the last 2 years, I've been showing people how to, in fact, rent here at Lake Chapala. And these videos that I've already produced and are already on the channel are showing places, homes, condominiums, apartments for between $250 a month to $650 a month. I've done a lot of those videos, and these are just a few of them. So I've got experience here when it comes to real estate and rental properties. So here's why it's important to have a good realtor here in Mexico. Due to no experience or limited experience, real estate experience that is, you find that they're unfamiliar with the rental market. That's huge. They drop the ball on communication. Does real estate as a side gig. It's Mexico, so running late is normal. Expect appointments to have no-shows. They sometimes act as a messenger versus being your representative. Fails to get you results or even being able to basically negotiate for you. So finding a property that you really like to rent. Some, they can act dishonestly and unethically. And also there's no negotiating experience. So getting you the best deal probably is not going to happen. Now, I also want to share with you why, in fact, I actually can help you see and be able to get what it is, the results that you're looking for. For one, I've got 10 plus years in real estate in Southern California. In fact, I actually became the #1 agent in that office. I've actually been following the Lake Chapala real estate market here for the last 2.5 years. And I will tell you, what I've done is I've sorted and found the best real estate agents and rental agents. Now, as I mentioned to you earlier, there's over 250 agents here. And I had to sort and sift through to find agents that I really felt good about, that I really felt were going to be able to take care of the people that I would actually share and be taking them out on the tour here at Lake Chapala. So I want you to know, again, that you've got someone here that really knows what they're doing. Okay, so let's talk about day 2. What I'm doing on day 2 is I'm introducing you to what I call my circle of business professionals, circle of influence, people that have actually got an average of all these professionals of 24 years in business. Everyone from an auto dealer, rental agent, real estate attorney, banking professional, tax professional, insurance agent, real estate planning agent, international moving services, immigration attorney. There's quite a number of people that I've been able to develop relationships and friendships with that you get access to. So here's what I do on day 2. I personalize the exploration relocation tour to fit your needs. We accomplish what is important to you. I set up the appointments and introduce you to my circle of business professionals. Now, I just mentioned to you all the different professionals, but what I do is I also share with you where the best ATMs are to where you can get the best exchange rate. And there's so much more that we do. Now, I've offered my services now in the last 12 months to 67 couples. That's right, to date, 67 couples. I want you to know that 50 of them have already moved here to Lake Chapala. They now call Lake Chapala home. Now, as I mentioned to you, I help people get results and be able to live better lives. And here's the proof. That's a 74% rate, success rate of helping people be able to get what they want in life when it comes to retiring and living here at Lake Chapala. Now, this is very, very important for you. And here's why. Over the 2 years, I have done the interviews, and I've really been able to glean the best of the best that Lake Chapala has to offer when it comes to business professionals. And I've put together this guide. Now, let me share this with you. My best of the best is the best business professionals, the best hospitals, the best rental agents, insurance agents, the best restaurants, the best attorneys, the best realtors, and so much more. I've done over 96 professional interviews now, over 96 plus hours of interview time. I've sorted and vetted to ensure high quality professional care for you. And these professionals are ready to serve you now. Now, this booklet, I would say, is worth a lot more, but you're getting this booklet absolutely free, but it's $197 value. That is huge. You do not have to try to go and find these people. I've already done that for you. So you're getting an incredibly important, valid book, guide, as I said. It will be absolutely yours free of charge. And in fact, what I'll do is I will actually be downloading that to you, sending that to you by digital PDF once, in fact, we've finished our tour. That way you always have the phone numbers of the individuals that are the best of the best here at Lake Chapala. And I want to tell you, that's really an important thing to have. Now, what are we going to be doing on our tour? For one, we're going to have a great time. We're going to enjoy the time together. Also, you're going to get 110% of my focused attention on you, on what's important to you. Our time together is an interactive experience. Whatever questions, I encourage you to ask all the questions that you would like to ask to make sure that you have all the information that you're wanting to have. And then what we're going to do is we're going to accomplish what's important to you, your interest, your needs, your desires. Here are videos of just a few testimonials that I've done on the channel with these individuals that I've actually been out with. And then they had an interest in actually sharing with you what, in fact, they got out of the service. Now, I will tell you, this is what documentation is all about, because documentation beats conversation every day. So this is what past clients have had to say in regards to once we've been finished with our tour, what they've said about it. One said, looking back at our time with you, $400 was a steal. They said the professionals that you introduced us to were incredible. Jim, you're amazing. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time with us. You rock. Your insight regarding Retire to Lake Chapala is invaluable. We told you that you ought to charge $1,000, not just $400. That is an incredible bargain. Thank you for providing us with such a wonderful experience. We found out firsthand that Jim genuinely cares, and I really do. Wow, what a value. Thank you, Jim. We couldn't have done all of this by ourselves. Thank you. Just, again, third-party documentation, which beats conversation every time. So I want to share with you these numbers. Again, I shared with you earlier, but these couples have had the same questions, fears, and anxieties, and knowing nothing that you do. Some couples had the same expectations, had a list of things that they wanted to accomplish. Here's the difference. They made a decision to get together with me and go on my exploratory tour through Lake Chapala. They got to see the magic and the possibilities that Lake Chapala offers. Again, I met with 67 couples. Now 50 call Lake Chapala home. That's a 74% success rate. And living their retirement dream, they've done it, so can you. Now what I want to do is I want to share with you what the community is really like. What kind of a community will you be with? And what kind of a great time could you have living here? I'm going to share a couple of real short clips of times that we've all been together, and we actually meet every Tuesday, and you would be invited to be a part of that. So let's take a look at those two quick clips. Okay, here we go. I'm coming around the other side. Okay, now this side wave. Okay, good stuff. Great smiles. Even though the food's not gotten here yet. Good deal. Good deal. Okay, now do it. All right. Okay, keep it going. Okay. Good deal. Thank you, everybody, for being sports. So let me share with you the benefits. Just imagine now sitting on a bench at the Malecon overlooking the lake and experiencing peace and tranquility like you've never been able to experience before. Know that the fear of the unknown and the stress and the anxiety is gone. No frustrating politics to be concerned about or wondering if you could actually go on here and be able to financially survive. You'll know without a doubt that you've arrived. All the things that you were concerned about, worried over, that kept you awake at night have vanished. And you're filled with this peace. That life that you're going to live is just around the corner for you. I assure you of that. You have the opportunity right now in front of you to make a decision that will change your life, just like the 50 other couples this year that have already enjoying the life of peace. Now in closing, here's what I want to share with you. I already shared with you about the booklet that actually has the best of the best you're going to be getting at with all the Lake Chapala business professionals, which is $197 value. And then number two, you're going to have me as your tour guide. You're going to be able to have me taking you around wherever it is you're wanting to go. I'm going to be sharing with you all the neighborhoods that are going to be in between Ocotepeque and Chapala. It's me that's in the car with you as we're going on the tour. And then lastly, it's the value as being a YouTube influencer for you. All the experience that I've got, all of the things I've done, all of the experiences of actually meeting with the business professionals and getting their tips of Lake Chapala, the things, getting their insight of Lake Chapala. That is incredibly valuable. So if you added all of this together, we're talking about a total value of over $7,000 in value that you get to take advantage of. Now, I do want to let you know there is another local relocation service that charges $1,900. It's in a seminar setting, so it's not one-on-one. It lasts 7 days versus my 2 days. It's being presented by realtors with the intent, obviously, to sell you a house. Now, I'm not here to say anything bad with them or about them. I'm just saying is that's an intent that they've got. They're realtors, and that's going to be what they're wanting to do. I've got relationships, I want to assure you, that are in this booklet with and introduce you to the same that he has as speakers. There is a large upfront investment. $1,900 is a business, or I should say is a financial decision to make for most people. So it isn't affordable for everyone. And that's a major problem. So here's what I do. You get offer number one, my best of the best booklet. You're getting me as your tour guide. You're also getting my experience as being the #1 YouTube influencer here at Lake Chapala, and be a part of my Lake Chapala Expat Exploration Relocation Service. Now you see this right. All I charge is $400. Yes, that's it. All I charge you is only $400 to spend those 2 days with you. It's incredible. And as I showed you earlier, there are compliments after compliment of how people felt about being together and going on this tour. Okay, here's why time is of value right now. I take out only one couple a week. That's basically 5 couples a month. You need to act now before they're all gone. The time slots, my calendar dates will fill fast. It's a first come, first served. Here's what you need to do is send your best contact number to JBsBigAdventure521 at gmail.com. That again, sending your best contact number to JBsBigAdventure521 at gmail.com. Act now, send that email today. So as I mentioned over and over, act now. My calendar fills up fast. It's limited availability just because there's only 5 weeks in each month. So for more information, send your best contact number to JBsBigAdventure521 at gmail.com and include your best contact number for me to be able to reach back out to you. Well, I hope this video has been very, very helpful for you. It's an awesome opportunity for you, and I hope that you make the right decision of reaching out to me contacting you, us getting together. You've already spent 30, 40, 50 years working hard for someone. It's now time that you're able to relax, retire, and enjoy where you're at. And the way that you do that is knowing more about where it is that you're coming to. It's my pleasure to serve you. I hope this video has been helpful, and we'll see you on the next video.